So let's continue from where we left yesterday. Okay, so React navigation. Let me merge the PR pull request. So this is assets, bottom, table config. Okay, so let's merge this request. Okay, we don't have any more request. So let's continue with our discussion. Let me see which branch I am on. I'm on main branch. I'll do the git pull to get the latest. Okay, so let me. So we have created so many folders for the projects which we'll be doing. I'll be adding more projects, whatever I think, kind of thing. So maybe multiplayer quiz game. So here we will have categories of quiz and lot of different questions for each quiz, and two people can play simultaneous quiz game. So one question will be asked from both the players, and once both of them answered it, the screen will go to next question. And so after certain number, maybe 7 or 10, after 7 questions, the results will be declared. Who won the quiz? Something like that. So it's a multiplayer quiz game. Okay, I'm just thinking the ideas. I'm putting it here, and the list will increase day by day. Okay, so this is done. Let's continue our project. So we were in the navigation. Let me create a new branch. mk underscore. Today is 6th August 06. Okay. So I'm in the August 06 branch. Okay, let's continue this one. I'll go to navigation folder and run the yarn expo start. So our React projects or any projects which support the backend, we will be using the Parse server. And when we were doing the React, the Parse server was locally, you can install locally and use it in the React folder, React project. But here, since the client is mobile, so localhost may not work. Okay, so you need to install Parse server somewhere on the server, maybe Heroku server or any other server, free server. Try to find free Node.js server or experiment. You can install there and then use it here. Okay, so that's what plan is. So in few days we will be installing the PaaS server again, but this time we will be using the server on the internet, not the local. Okay, let's see how it looks now. Let me go and okay. Okay, so this is the screen which I can see. Since we are on the screen 1, bottom 1 is by default, and I can go to bottom 2 and bottom 3. Now this is the one which we did yesterday. Now we'll go to screen 2 today. Okay, so let's go to screen 2. So we have to go from screen 1 to screen 2, and we have the bottom 1, 2, and 3. So it's we need to call the menu in the bottom, all bottom 1, 2, and 3, so that I can navigate from screen 1 to screen 2. So I'll go to bottom 1, call the menu. Okay, and here we may have navigation. Let's call the menu here with navigation. Okay, so if I go to bottom 1, I see all the things. I can go to screen 2, 3, or 4, or I can go to screen 1. Okay, so I can go to screen 2, screen 1. Okay, and in screen 1 I can go bottom 2, bottom 3, home. I can put this menu item in bottom 2 also, but it's not useful now since we have to go to screen 2 now. So the screen 1 is composed of the bottom navigation, which we finished yesterday. Today we'll go to screen 2, and in the screen 2 we have the material bottom tabs. So let's try to build the material bottom tab in the screen 2. Let's go to documentation of material bottom tab. So this is the material bottom tab. We already installed the npm packages yesterday. So here we need to import the bottom tab here. So this is the basic example, and then we have the big complex example here, which we'll do it in a minute. Let's try to first put the basic example. So we import the material bottom in screen 2. Okay, in the screen 2 I'll put material bottom, and then I will call the tab, and then I will add this one, right? So for this also we need different components like bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3. For the material bottom, I will create 3 components here called as material bottom 1.js. Then I'll create another one, material bottom 2.js, material bottom 3.js. Okay, let's put some dummy content. Okay, so and in the material bottom 1, I'll call the menu again. Import menu from menu, and here I will call the navigation, and here I will call the menu. Navigation equal to navigation. Okay, so in the material bottom 1, I am calling the menu again. So let me finish and then you can write it yourself. I'll give you the code. So just to understand what I'm doing, I created three: bottom one, bottom two, bottom three. And in the bottom one, I call the menu so that I can navigate to screen one and screen two. So let's close this one. And this three all to be called in the screen two because we have to create a tab in the screen two. So let me call here. I'll call material bottom mod bottom one. So let's call all three here. This is two. This is three. This is two. Three. Okay, so I'm calling three material bottom. Now I'll call this tab navigator here. And in each one I'll call material bottom one, bottom two, and bottom three. So this will be, let's say, M bottom one, M bottom two, material bottom two, material bottom three. So this is the name given to each one. We don't need menu here. We don't need a style sheet on this page. We don't need this part here. Okay, we don't need the navigation here. Okay. So this is the screen two and we have different tab here. Let's restart. Okay, let's see how it looks now. So this is screen one, so we have normal. Let's go to screen two. So in the screen two, you see we have the material bottom one, two, and three. Since this is a basic, we don't see the icons and all, we just see the tab. Okay, so this is a basic structure, but we are able to go to material bottom one, material bottom two, and material bottom three. This was the basic tab. Let's replace it with the advanced one where we can see the icon. So let's go here. In the bottom, we have the example where you will see that we are giving the label name and icon. Label and icon, label and icon. So it looks little better. Okay, so let's import these two. Import this community icon. Let me import this community. And then I'll copy this tab navigator here. Okay, so here we have to change. We have to change the component. One will be M bottom one, material bottom one. Next is material bottom two. Next is material bottom three. And we can give the name also. M bottom one. By default, it will be M bottom one, M bottom two, and M bottom three. This is the name and label which you will see is this one, profile or updates or home. You can change it to same also M bottom one, two, and three. Let's refresh it and let's go to screen two. In the screen two, you will see now material bottom two, three, and this is with a different color and combination. So right now, the background is this color. You can change it to whatever color you want. And you can also change the text color and all in this tab bar. And it looks little more attractive than the simple material bottom. Okay, so before we go further, just create three sample files in the material bottom, bottom one, two, and three. I will also give the text for each one in the Telegram chat. This is material bottom 1. They'll do it quickly along with me. I'm giving you the text in the chat also, so it's easy for you to do it. And then go to screen 2. In the screen 2, add the material bottom code, which I am giving you in the chat also. And then run the app and see if you are able to access the material bottom. Let me know if you have any questions. Is it done? Okay. So let's move to the screen 3 and then screen 4 quickly. So before I go to 3 and 4, I'll just create one folder in my folder. That is, I'll put the Node.js here, and then here I'll create a new folder as parse server. Maybe I can call it some name. My parse server. Okay, so I'll be installing parse server soon in this my parse server, but I have to install somewhere on the server so that I can access it from anywhere. So it will not be localhost, though I will create it in locally first and then install it on the server. So you need also, if you're trying to build a real app, you need to get some server. Generally, I buy for myself. I buy the server as dedicated Windows server. I have this dedicated Windows server, and I give some. Let me see which company I use. I'll let you know. A second. Let me see which company I use. So if you are interested in going for public and some CS server, then you need to buy your own dedicated server and install there. Okay, let me see. I don't remember. Let me check. Okay. I generally go to this website and I went to dedicate server and I bought something. Yeah, I bought this something Express Beta bare metal server. No, 32 GB. Yeah, this one. 32 GB RAM with 120 SSD. I bought this one for my own purpose. It's up to you, whatever you want to buy. Heroku is, Heroku is, they have limited space. You can have Heroku, but it is free also to certain extent, and it is giving only 500 MB RAM. Okay, so here you're getting 32 GB RAM. So this is the cheapest one. I found it on the internet because with 32 GB no one offers me this much price. Okay, but Heroku I don't suggest for the live production website, and this one you can have for production also. Okay, so it depends on you what you want to do for your, but for practice or for learning purpose, Heroku is good. Okay, so I personally prefer this one. Okay, so we need that server, some server, otherwise you won't be able to run your app. Okay, for experimental purpose or for just for testing or the practice in the class, you can use my server, but it will be closed anytime because it's only for practice. I just open some port, but it is better you have your own for your one. So for practice I can give you so that you can test your app, but don't rely on that one. Okay, let me see if my server, which I created for practice, is working. Okay, let's see. It's not working. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it. I created this for practice purpose. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, there is some problem with this one. Okay, let me change the this database name. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll change the database name. Okay. Okay, let me try again now. Yes. So I changed the database name. This is empty one. You don't see any data. This is a bear I created just for teaching purpose. Whatever we'll build here on this server only for learning purpose. Okay, don't use it for any production kind of thing because this can go down anytime. This is just for teaching purpose I created. Okay, let's go now to complete our thing. So we completed the bottom material bottom. Now let's go to the screen 3. Here I will do the top tab. Okay, let's do it. So same thing, we'll go to the documentation. We need to go to material top tab. We have already installed yesterday, and then we'll import this part. Okay, since uh, like we created material bottom 1, 2, 3, we'll create same thing. We'll create the same thing here in the top one. So I'll create top1.js, top2.js, and new file top3.js. The top one I'll put basic structure. Top two I'll put basic structure. And in the top 3 I'll put basic structure. I'll copy the menu from material bottom 1 to top 1. Okay, so I got a menu also. I'll close top 1, top 2, and top 3. Now let's go and copy this material top tab in my screen 3. And then I'll copy this tab part. I'll delete the menu, delete the navigation, and delete this menu part. Okay. And let's copy all this tab navigator. So here we have to import a top 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So let's replace with top 1, top 2, and I'll keep this name to different name. Only the component will be top 1, 2, and 3. Name will be home settings and profile. So whenever user will go to screen 3, he will see top navigation with home settings and profile as a name. Okay, let's refresh it. What happened? It's not refreshing. Let me restart. Let me restart. Okay, I restarted it. Go to screen 3. You see we have the top navigation as home, settings, and profile. Okay, so it goes in the top navigation, right? So this is a basic example of top navigation. Let's put the complex example again here. I'll go down, scroll down, and this is that complex one. Let's put this one, because here we can see the icons and all there. Only thing we need to change to top 1. And top 2, top 3. Okay, so we change it to top 1, 2, and 3. Let's see how it looks. Okay, we have home, update, and profile. Still we don't see the icon because we don't have the icon here. Let's add the icon. So I'll add the icon from here. Okay, let's add the icon here like this. I'll add the icon for each one. So we are getting the icon. Second one. We got second one icon, and third one is this one. Oh man, something is wrong. Okay, third one. I see the color is this one. I don't like this, so white color is fine. So these are the different color options which are not priority for today's class. we can do the color changes when we build some real project. Then we can decide on the color, which color we need, and then we can go to documentation and find the color options. Like we have this one, tab bar style and other thing, right? So that's not a priority to understand the basics of this one. Okay, just you can try this now. Let me give you the screen 3 in the chat. And top 1 is the basic structure. Just create a top 1, 2, and 3. And top 3. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to finish this. Let me know when it's done. Okay, so let's finish now the fourth screen. Fourth screen is the drawer tabs. So we completed screen 1. So whenever you have the real project where you want to integrate bottom tab, you can go to this example and copy the things from here. And if you want material bottom, you can copy from here. And if you want top tab, you can copy from here. Now let's go to the drawer tabs now. Let's see the documentation for that. This is the drawer navigator. We already installed everything, whatever is needed. Let's copy this one in our project. Okay, let's go to screen 4 and add this drawer navigation and then drawer. Like we created top 1, 2, 3, similarly we'll create 3 example here also. Drawer 1.js, drawer 2.js, drawer 3.js. Let's put the basic structure. Okay, so we put 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now let's copy the menu item from top 1 to drawer 1. Okay, so this 1, 2, and 3 is done. Let's go to screen 4 again. So we created the drawer navigator. Let's go to document now. Let's copy this basic structure. We don't need this navigation, and we need to import drawer 1 from drawer 1, 2, 3, and let's put this drawer 1 here, drawer 2 here, and drawer 3 here. Okay, so we have 3 drawer, and we don't need menu from here. We don't need style sheet on this page. Okay, so we got the 3 drawer. Let's see anything more than it. Okay, let's restart app. Again, it's not working. Let's restart. Okay, let me do it now again. Okay, we'll go to screen 4. So as soon as I go to screen 4, you will see drawer 1 is here with this 3 lines here. I click 3 lines, a drawer is open. I can go to drawer 2, and again I can go to drawer 3. So we can put the navigation here, right? And if I go to drawer 1, I can go to screen 3 and whatever screen I want. And as soon as I go to drawer 1, I can see on the left side. So this listing of drawer 1, 2, 3, you can customize it also. For that, you need to create a custom component and use that instead of the default one. That you can see in document, or we'll see some example later. But right now, just we'll use with the default one. Let's see if they have some complicated example in the bottom. They have different examples kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't see any complex example because this drawer is simple, but there are a lot of options. You can use your own custom component also, like custom drawer content, and you can build your own also, right? But that part is not for today. That we can do when we need it, if something is needed, right? Okay, that's all for drawer 2. Let me give you the file, and you can build same thing. I'll give you all in the Telegram, so you can build your own. Just copy it in 1 minute. I'm giving you all the 4 files in the Telegram. Let me know when it's done. I'm just committing the changes. So yeah, you can try to solve it, but what error you're getting, just let me know. What error you're getting. Let's see. Okay, so what you do, you commit your changes. In the next class, I will run your folder and see what is the problem in that and try to will solve. So I see that you have also given this one screen 1 and screen 2. So think about that. Are this screen sufficient or we need more things on it? So if I put car number, I get the car details, which car has that, and I can message. Now where will I message? So if I try to build the app, I need that messaging part also. That there is a messaging screen where I can write it to, and something kind of chat screen should be there. So that part we need to add more, okay, more screen, and then think more on it. Is there any more things needed? Do we need to add some more things? Like let's say I have 3 car, okay, but I search only 1 car. I can see his 2 other car also. So
Okay.
something we need to think more on it, like a professional app. So we don't have to just build it based on the high level requirement. We need to drill little more on it. Okay, so try to create more screens on it. You have time. We are not building it now. So just think on it, write down in paper, think how it should be a complete app, what screens are missing. Okay, so
Okay.
something like that you need to add more on it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
we can reply message also in screen 3 or screen
right,
4. We can expand more.
more details. So think all the screens you have to make, because once we start building it, we don't have time to think at that time. So in
Okay.
this time, we have to just think what other things we have to add it. Then,
Okay.
and this is a very high level document. And next part will be we will write down in the Word document exactly what will happen, all the use cases. Okay, that is secondary. First, you try to build all more screens, what
Okay.
more you can think of it, and then will think of that one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me add few more projects which these 3 4 screens are done. We are completed with the navigation part, though there is little bit more to understand. One second. Okay, so the basics of this uh, task is done, though we have to do little more on it. Like for example, let me show you what is pending. So like if you go fundamentals, passing parameters to routes. So if you are in one screen to another screen, how to pass the parameter to another screen. That is something which we'll do in the next class. So next class is tomorrow on tomorrow. So we are not stopping to weekend. Whenever I get time, I will take it. That's the thing. So those who are free, they can join tomorrow also. So tomorrow we have another class, and we will do some more basics of the navigation. So that part we'll be doing tomorrow. I will create couple of more projects which we will be doing in next 2-3 class. So let me go to my folder. I'll just create bare project again. So one of the project which we will be doing is to understand the Redux. So I will create a project called Redux mod. Okay, I will upload the file in the YouTube. I'm doing it. So those who cannot attend, they can see the YouTube one, right? Okay, I know everyone has job kind of thing, but I'll take it, and if you cannot attend, you can watch the YouTube. I'll upload it on the YouTube tomorrow whenever I take. Yesterday's one I already uploaded it. Today's one I'll also upload it. So one of the projects which I will create is Redux mod. So we will be again doing the Redux part here. How to do? I already shown you in the React how to do the Redux, but we will be doing again because many people might have forgotten how to do it, or there is a refresh part of. So one project will be dedicated to the Redux one, which we will start soon. I'm just creating the basic structure, and when I start, we'll directly jump on it. You can also build the project in your folder. Okay, one I got Redux mod. Another project which I will be doing soon is how to integrate parse server in the React Native. Parse server mod. So generally we have done parse server in the React. We will be doing it again in the React Native and put some sample code there so that when we build a real project or anything real, we should know the parse server, how to handle the parse server. So there is few more projects which we'll be continuing doing. Is one of them is SQLite mod. So generally in web we don't need it, but on the React Native we will be using SQLite mod. SQLite is a database. We have to interact with SQLite. Let's say if you want to save something in the locally in your mobile, right, and the data is too large, so you cannot put it everything in the Redux or the local storage. So we need the database. So that database is SQLite. We will be putting a lot of data in the SQLite. Let's say if your app is only local, it doesn't contact to the server. So you need to save the data information somewhere. So one of the ways to save in the SQLite. So we will be working on the SQLite soon, how to save it in the SQLite. I'm just creating few folders projects which we will be doing it soon. I'm putting it in the new project rather than the awesome project because this is the individual project, and whenever time comes you want to integrate SQLite in your real project, rather than going to awesome project and find the SQLite part, you can directly go to the SQLite and find how to integrate the SQLite part. So these are the important folders I am creating, important projects I am creating, which you need to understand before we really jump to build some real world app. So another one project which we will be doing is, like we have the local storage in the web, in native we don't have the local storage concept kind of thing. There is async storage. Async storage. I just put a storage for now, but it's called async storage. We need to understand how async storage works. So this project will be dedicated to async storage. I'm just showing you what I'll be doing it in few days, in the next few lessons. Okay, async storage is done. Now, one of the important thing in the React Native is the map integration. We have done, we have seen a lot of places where we have the maps. So maps is very important concept in React Native. So we'll be integrating Google Maps, Gmaps. So that one project will be dedicated to maps. 1 second. Okay, so I'm just creating the folder now so that you know what things are coming in future. There are few more things like image integration, alert box, toast notification. Those are the small things which we can put it in another folder, or we can put it in awesome project. I don't care on that one. Let me see what more I can show you. 1 second. Let me see. I'll just see what are the important things which we have to do. 1 second. Let me see my notes. Yeah. So another thing, two important more projects which we have to do. In reality, there are a lot of things we have to do, but two important concepts which we have to do is, one is notifications, push notifications. So I will put as local push notifications. So generally, this is the local push notifications, which is created in your app only. And there is another concept called the server push notification, where you send the data from the server to the mobile app. We will not be doing server push notification because that uses the Firebase and kind of thing. I don't want to rely on third-party Firebase, and that server push notification is always going to rely on the Firebase. So I will not do that part, but we will integrate this local push notification with the PaaS server. So if anything you want to send notification to the user, we can send it through PaaS server, and from local push notification, it will show that notification to the user. So once we learn the local push notification, we can use PaaS server with local push notification to send information from the server to the user. It's a little bit complex and different way, because I don't want to rely anything on the Firebase. Firebase will charge you a lot of money afterwards, and I don't want people to do that. So we'll do local push notification with PaaS server to simulate the server notification. Okay, I'll show you that sometime how we do that. But first, try to run only the local push notification. That is important. So this is important concept which we have to do. What else we have to do? And there are a lot more. I will be adding more. Right now, I'm just putting the high level, and more things will come. And the next project, those who want to leave, they can leave. Nobody. They can see the video later. The last one, which I will put it here, is camera mod. We'll see how to integrate camera in our app. So these are the high level things which we'll be doing in few lessons. Think about that. I'll keep the class every day, and when I'm busy with some work in the office, I will tell you in the Telegram that no class for that day. Okay. So otherwise there is class every day. And when I feel busy, yeah, we are speed up. And when I feel busy, I will not take the class on that day. Okay. Otherwise we'll go fast. Okay. So these are the important things which we have to do soon in our project. And you can also create this empty project now whenever you have time, so that when we reach that thing, your project is already there. Okay, let's tomorrow. Okay, one more thing I will add, one more app. So tomorrow we'll be doing some practice on the navigation. I will create a navigation practice. So we'll do some samples of navigation, like I showed you how to pass data from one screen to another screen. So we will be doing that tomorrow. So that's the reason I created nav practice. Okay, this is the last thing I'm building it. Okay, you also create whenever you have time later, create all these projects so that when we start it, it's easy for you to uh, build it. Okay, git add. Let me commit. Okay, let's create the request. There are many more concepts which I'll be adding. These are the few which I have in my list. Okay, I will approve. I will merge. Okay, so today's changes is in the main one. Yeah, tomorrow same time, 7 p.m. PST or India time 7:30 a.m. Okay, so that's all for today. Any questions? Okay, let's see you tomorrow. Bye.